Hey, what's going on, y'all? Now, in today's video, I want to talk about, kind of a life lesson thing. I've been doing this series almost on just kind of general life lessons recently, essential things that you kind of got to know to live a very fruitful and fulfilling life. And this one I think is almost paramount to all those. That if you can't do this one, you can't do any of the others. And this one exactly is know thyself. You have to know yourself in this life. And this video is based on Socrates' quote, "To know yourself is the beginning of wisdom. Knowing thyself is the beginning of wisdom." And I want to get into why this is exactly. But to start off, let's break down what wisdom is exactly. So wisdom is a combination of being able to learn information from your experiences, taking information that you've learned from your experiences, combining that with your general knowledge, and then using that to make quality judgments and to analyze concepts. So you want to be able to use everything you've learned from your experiences combined with knowledge to have good judgment and analyze concepts. That's wisdom. Being able to apply information you've learned to have good judgments. So, how does knowing yourself lead to wisdom? Well, let's talk about the consequences of not knowing yourself and then the benefits of knowing yourself. So, the consequences of not knowing who you are. If you don't know who you are, you don't know what you want. You know what I'm saying? If you don't even know yourself, you can't understand your desires, you can't understand, your ambitions, your goals, you can't set things that you want for yourself because you don't even know who you are to begin with. And so when other people come around you and they start to exert their influence on you, this could be your parents, this could be your friends, this could be strangers on the internet. These people in life are going to attempt to exert their influence on you because this is what people do. You have these egos and we see other people and it's like we almost think that we have this right to impose our will onto other people's lives. So it's natural. And so your parents, they may say, you know what? I want you to become a doctor. I want you to become a lawyer. And you need to go to college for 4 years to do this. And you have to apply yourself this way and that way and this way. And if you don't know what you want to do with your life, you don't know who you are as a person, you're going to go along with that. No questions asked. Same way as if you're friends, let's say you're someone who's, you're someone who doesn't want to do drugs, right? This is a kind of common example. You're someone who doesn't want to do any drugs, you don't want to drink any alcohol, right? And you go to a party with your friends, you get invited, you're like, why not? Social event. And everyone's drinking alcohol there. And you're like, man, I don't really want to drink. But your friends are like, bro, come on. That's lame. That's lame. You're not going to drink, dude. Come on. Just share a drink with your buds, man. Come on. It's a Friday night, dude. What are you going to do? I mean, and if you don't know yourself, most people are just saying, you know what, whatever. If you don't know your desires, if you don't have any, what are those called? Those norms for your life, any standards for your life that you're trying to live by, then it's like you're just going to go along with it. You're going to get washed away because you're not standing on your own firm foundation. You don't even know where you're standing. And so this is the problem that comes with not knowing yourself. Now, how can we turn this to a positive by knowing ourselves? And this can lead us to the beginnings of wisdom. Well, when you know yourself, now you can take the knowledge, and really, let me start with this. When you know yourself, you have to amplify your self-awareness. You have to amplify your consciousness. You have to be extraordinarily conscious of every action that you're doing. You have to live in every moment. And by doing so, you can analyze, okay, well, what did I want here? Whenever I reacted this way, what was my desire here? You can start to figure out things about yourself just by analyzing your behaviors. And again, once you do this, you start to learn from your experience. You start to gain general knowledge. And when you apply that, everything that you're learning about yourself, and you start to make better judgments about your life, and you start to live for yourself, you've gained wisdom. And this is the beginnings of wisdom, because if you don't do that first step of knowing yourself and understanding yourself, and then start living for yourself as opposed to living for other people and their desires, you start living for what you want and what you desire and how you want your life to be and the standards you want to apply to your life, then at that point, you break free. You break free from other people's opinions, start living for yourself, and now you're starting to become wise because you're applying all the information that you've learned as opposed to for what other people want is for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And now you're making better judgments for yourself as opposed to letting other people think for you, to let other people make those judgments calls for you. So this is why it is ever essential in life that we understand who we are, where our desires come from. We analyze our behavior. We find out why we act the way we do. Because if we don't, we will never become wise. We will never, learn from our experiences. We will never take the general knowledge that we gain in the world and start applying it to better our lives, to make better judgment calls. You know what I'm saying? To do really whatever it is that we're doing in life. Like everything requires knowing yourself to some degree, knowing your life, knowing your desires, your ambitions, your goals. I mean, and how can you create goals for yourself? How can you set, a destination if you don't even know where you want to go to begin with? If you don't know who you are, you know what I'm saying, and where you would want to go to begin with. Again, you'll probably let someone else tell you where to go, and you'll just follow their lead. And at the end of the day, we have to lead ourselves. We have to be leaders. And sure, there's a place for followers, right? And sure, there's a time for following. Like, when I learn guitar and my instructor's teaching me something, I can't be like, well, yeah, but I kind of already know that. So, it's like, I don't know that. And so I need to be led at this moment. But more often than not in life, you know what I'm saying, we come to these points where we have to make big decisions for ourselves. There is no one to lead us, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't know who you are, when those junctions come, you're going to be lost. You're going to be, confused, and you're going to be trying to catch up, make up for lost time. You know what I'm saying? Trying to understand who you are to make this big decision, when if you had just understood who you were long ago, this decision would be intuitive. And, it's like we have to make sure that understanding ourselves, we have to make sure that we're using understanding ourselves, using the knowledge we learn about ourselves, using the general knowledge that we gain from life to make better judgments, and then, as Socrates says, to enter the beginnings of wisdom. All right, y'all. I hope that this video was enlightening, helped shed some perspective on why it's important to know yourself, and how knowing yourself truly is the beginning of wisdom. Because as I said, when you don't know yourself, you allow other people to lead you. You're not thinking for yourself. This isn't exerting wisdom or even intelligence. This is, this is truly, it's almost like bot behavior. It's just, it's sheep behavior. You're just following the herd, going with the flow. But when you take a stand for yourself and you decide to start steering yourself along, this is when you gain wisdom. And this is really what wisdom looks like. It's analyzing your behaviors, learning from your experiences, taking in general knowledge and then applying it to your life. Living for yourself, bettering your life every day. That's what the wise man does. So try to curb your foolishness if you are such a foolish individual as to, be confused about who you are. Because this is, and I say this as, like, if you're older, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're older, at the end of the day, you have to make up for lost time now. If you don't know who you are, you have to make up for lost time. That's just how it is. It's like you can't get those days back that you had when you were younger, where you had all the time in the world to kind of figure out who you are and soul search and so on and so forth. It's like when you're older and you don't know who you are, you have to make up for that lost time. You have to scrape for time and really try to soul seek, you know what I'm saying, and really try and figure out who you are. But when you do it when you're young, when you have this time and opportunity, and I think a lot of my viewers or subscribers are young people, younger men, around 18 to 25, to 30. And this is the crucial time to where we need to understand who we are so that we can apply ourselves to whatever our career, whatever our life path is going to be. And ideally, you've locked in and you figured this stuff out so that the world is going to be your oyster. You know what I'm saying? We use this wisdom to reach levels that we have yet to see. All right, y'all. Take care. Peace.